Hey there, Libra. It's time for your weekly horoscope for the coming 7 days. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, should you ever wish to get a session with me, you do need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Or, of course, you may also simply follow the links below. And if you're interested in going deep with the incoming wave horoscopes, you can check out the latest video on my main channel page by clicking on my avatar, or again, opening up the down bar below and following the links there. So, what is going on when it comes to this coming week? This week is overlit by the Chariot upright, and to me, the term road opener is just so strong when it comes to what is coming through here. And, the Chariot is often, interpreted as a card of overcoming obstacles. But what I'm actually seeing here is not necessarily just overcoming obstacles as in getting over or hurdling them, but we're actually clearing the road of what is in the way in the first place. Clearing in front of us any kind of obstacles or hurdles, but also releasing any kind of debris or attachment or weights that could have been holding us back in the past, holding us on to old dead situations, deflated circumstances, and allowing us to actually see an acceleration of a lot of our paths and progress. Because the Chariot is giving off this sense of a road opening, you may even notice that certain things that have been kind of maybe waiting on external circumstances, waiting on maybe another person to make a move, or maybe waiting on the environment to respond to what you've put out there, are going forward whether or not that response is happening at all. And that can actually be a really good thing. We may find that it's determined, hey, this is not necessary for us to wait on anymore. These things, we don't have to necessarily wait on this person's input, or this to happen here, or this to happen over there. We can actually just kind of go forward without having to do the negotiating, the processing, and the waiting. And that's what I'm seeing with this road opening for you with the Chariot in all areas of your life. However, we may also be spending some serious time, also addressing certain things that have maybe clung to us, weighing us down. And we'll talk about that as we get into the rest of these cards. Now, as we get to the material concerns when it comes to your professional life, what you do to make money, your resources, your personal abundance, your craft, well, we have the Seven of Cups upright, and there are opportunities for many reinventions coming your way. I'm actually seeing almost multiple futures or multiple roads, multiple paths opening up for you at once. Now, this could just as easily show up in a negotiation or an interview where you're offered multiple positions at a certain company or with a certain group that you are looking to talk to. This could also be offers of a financial variety coming in multiple different ways. The Seven of Cups upright is indicating some of these are not completely fleshed out. You will have time to keep negotiations open if you feel that things are not necessarily where they could be, but we're off to a good start. But the Seven of Cups is giving you a very clear indication that there is going to need to be a change of where you thought you were going to orient your future, or where you were going to go next. Even for those of you who are currently maybe in a situation you might deem to be more stable or more constant, are going to be finding that this shuffle is being presented to you. This could be seen as a wonderful way out if you're feeling trapped, but even if you thought you were fine before, entertain what is coming up, because we actually have new revenues. Again, this sense of almost a new story unfolding, or new ways for reinvention being kind of brought to you, even if you might think they're unprompted. As we get to the communications or the friends and family, as we talk about other people in our life, we actually have the Seven of Swords upright. And I don't like to encourage people to get paranoid, but there is something going on with a member of our entourage, so to speak, whether it's a friend or a relative, And it looks like we might be catching somebody in a lie or in some kind of unstable effort. And there is an unsettling feeling about this card because this is kind of coming from within our own ranks. This has nothing to do with love, and I'm only saying that because I'm trying to discourage people from just myopically, focusing on love for every reading. Love card is positive. We'll get to love in a second. But when it comes to friends and relatives, there is something going on where we have to pay attention to who's gotten a bit close to us that maybe shouldn't be as close as they are. Now, with the Seven of Swords, we could be catching them in a lie, catching them maybe doing or saying something that is not just dishonest, but possibly an unstable action step that they are taking that is putting other people at risk. And there is a feeling of selfishness that is coming through this card. This could be possibly selfishness that's coming out of a sense of survivalism, selfishness that's coming out of a bit of tunnel vision, or maybe selfishness that's coming from a bit of a victim stance. Sometimes if a person is in a very career victim kind of mentality, they can act in very narcissistic ways, even if they are not necessarily inclined to narcissism. But there can sometimes be that element when a person gets hyper-fixated on their own, again, self-oriented efforts. And so this week we may actually have to reevaluate a certain amount of trust we are giving to this person. As we get to love and romance, like I said, things are actually going very nicely for you. We have somebody actually making the first move for a lot of you, whether you are in an existing connection or you are maybe looking for somebody new. The Knight of Wands is actually showing me that they're trying to get your attention. As I look at this card, it's like the Knight of Wands is waving the card, trying to flag you down. And for those of you who are maybe looking for a new partnership, yes, this is somebody that is going to make sure that they can grab and hold that attention. I am feeling like this is going to come in a very extroverted kind of way, so it might feel a little bit really high energy in the very beginning, but that's okay. I'm definitely seeing this is coming from a place of sincerity. And for those of you who are currently in existing relationships, it looks like, a partner is going to be doing their part to kind of get your attention, but also, shake things up in the relationship this week. With the Knight of Wands, we're definitely seeing an invitation to more recreation, more adventure, but also at the same time, even a new spark, starting a fire under your partner this week that's going to be making them a lot more frisky, a lot more energized, and a lot more socially available. And this is going to be a wonderful week, lots of play, lots of, enjoying a little bit of frivolity, which I think is important every once in a while, right? That's food for the soul. And so enjoy it. Allow yourself to actually have whatever is coming through, whatever's being offered to you, this new adventure, this new playtime that is coming in through your love life. So that is your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's called integrativemysticism.com.